Sunless Requiem. This is 48 chapters, I'm pretty sure, of a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure kind of thing, except I made OCs of me and my friends, and instead of the actual Stardust Crusaders, it's just all of me and my friends.
Static, the static, something static. It needs to be something, so something, something.
Special feature.
See,
Special feature is Spider. There will be no
I'm being
captions.
creatured featured.
Yeah, you're being creature featured. There will be no captions. Um, but I will be yapping.
There's no captions. I love captions.
uh, um, but there will be yap. There will be a lot of. It's like a podcast essentially. Think of that.
Ah,
So think of me and
the
Spider
future
yapping,
creature.
but I'm just excessively telling a story as we go on. Okay? Anyway, Sunless Requiem, Episode 1, The First Chain Breaks. The city was a sprawl of shadow and glass, neon lights flickering like dying stars across the cracked streets. Somewhere beyond the endless hum of traffic, the air shifted sharp, tense, like the atmosphere before a summer storm. Karu sat alone in his small, dim apartment, the curtains drawn, a cup of untouched tea cooling beside him. His build was lean, not imposing, his shirt hanging loose over his narrow shoulders. A few faint scars etched his arms, reminders of fights he never wanted but he couldn't avoid. His stand lingered nearby, invisible to everyone else, its faint energy buzzing through his fingertips like static. The radio on the counter crackled with another news report.
Static.
Static. Another body found near the river docks. Authorities claim the cause of death remains undetermined. Car switched off. It wasn't undetermined. He knew exactly what had been done. And who. The target Karu's contact had been clear. There was a stand assassin in the city, a man who preyed on people unaware of their powers, someone who liked to test his abilities on human lives. He didn't have a name, only an alias, Harp Song. Supposedly, his stand could control sound waves so precisely they could slice a man's arteries without leaving a mark.
Oh wait,
Uh-huh.
I know what this is.
Uh-huh. Cutter didn't want to hunt him. That was never who he was, but the whispers in the stand user underground made it clear Harp Song was moving towards someone Karu knew. If Karu didn't act first, there would be no one left to save the meeting. A confrontation happened in an abandoned train yard under the burn of a rust-orange sunset. The wind carried the faint smell of oil and rust, the old tracks groaning with age from the shadows. Harpsong stepped forward, a tall man in a white coat stained with something darker. His smile stretched too wide. His stand shimmered into view, a skeletal figure holding strings of light between its bony fingers, each vibrating with a sound only stand users could hear. Harpsong. You came to play. Good. Let's make this quick. Karu's stand appeared beside him, neon rapture. Its lean armored frame reflecting the dying sunlight in dull gold streaks. No weapons drawn yet. Karu's chest was tight, his breathing measured. The fight was brutal and short. Harpsong's sound blades carved through the air, forcing Karu to duck and weave, every strike coming inches from ending him. He waited, counting each vibration, learning Harpsong's rhythm, and then the opening. Rapture surged forward, kinetic energy swelling in his palms before the momentum of Harpsong's last attack. The energy snapped forward like a whip-crack shockwave, ripping through the strings. Harpsong's stand shattered with a piercing note only they could hear, and in the same breath, Karu's final strike connected. Harpsong collapsed, unmoving. The guilt silence fell over the train yard. Karu stood there, breathing hard, staring at his own trembling hands. It's not supposed to say sunless. I kept saying sunless instead of rapture. I was really tired when I wrote this. Rapture faded into the air like smoke. He'd done it. He'd been killed. The weight settled instantly, heavier than any wound. His stomach turned, his knees weak. In the distance, a train horn wailed, carrying the sound away. He didn't feel like a hero. He felt like a monster. Kodu turned and walked away, the city lights flickering ahead of him. He didn't know it yet, but this single act, the first chain breaking, would draw him into something far bigger. Something that would drag him across countries, through battles and into the path of people who would change everything. Now, that's literally episode 1. I'm gonna introduce the characters now. My Shayla, me, Karu Saitan. This character is based off of me. He's 19 years old and his stand is called Neon Rapture. His nationality is Japanese. He was a former street graffiti artist. He's now a stand user. That's his occupation. His appearance, he's lean, lanky build, messy, dyed blonde hair with streaks of cyan, always wearing a weathered bomber jacket with neon spray paint stains and a single fingerless glove on his right hand. He wears tinted aviator glasses during the day to hide his light-sensitive eyes. His personality is laid back and snarky, but unnervingly observant. He constantly cracks jokes to mask genuine worry for his friends, always sees, in quotes, the words in terms of light and shadow, sometimes stopping mid-conversation to admire reflections or sunlight angles. Surprisingly loyal and quick to throw himself in danger to protect others. Standability. Neon Rapture manipulates light in a 10-meter radius for illusions, invisibility, and hard light-cutting weapons. Excels in chaotic urban environments filled with signs, headlights, and glass to bounce light off of. Special move, Whiteout Overdrive, overloads the field with pure blinding light, stunning enemies and leaving afterimages. Weakness, nearly powerless in pitch black darkness unless he stored light in advance, which he literally never does. He literally never does. He just doesn't do it because he's a freaking idiot. How he joins the group. He's originally targeted by a stand assassin sent after the protagonist. Kato saves them by reflecting the enemy's own laser attack back at them using a shattered shop window. He's initially reluctant to join, but after learning the antagonist's stand power, thrives in the darkness. He signs on out of personal revenge. Rikuya Makabe, the kid that's supposed to be this little stupid dumb idiot, literally does not like listening to me read. The only actual person who likes to listen to me read is Spider. And he has the most lore out of everyone. So, Ryukuya Makabe. He's 22 years old and his stand is called Iron Psalm. He's Japanese and half German. He's a formal cathedral caretaker and stand user. Broad-shouldered and intimidating, short black hair slicked back with a streak of silver near the temple. He wears a long black coat over a white button-up shirt. What?
You couldn't see it, but I raised my hand. Salute. You mentioned German.
Yep. Don't. Okay. Nine. He's not a Nazi! Combat boots and carries a leather-bound journal filled with hymns and sand notes. Has a deep scar across his left cheek. His personality, he's literally just Poochie, but better. I love Poochie, though. I have a pin of Poochie on my backpack. His personality is calm, formal, and serious, but has an unexpectedly sharp wit. He treats stand battles like a solemn duel rather than a brawl. He has an unshakable sense of justice, though his methods can feel harsh. He tends to speak in a metaphor or scripture-like phrases in battle. His stand ability, Iron Psalm generates destructive shockwaves from any strike, including hits taken using kinetic energy to counterattack. Emotional effect, shockwave frequency induces overwhelming guilt, which escalates into fear the longer the target remains in combat. Special move, Amen Break, restores multiple absorbed hits, then releases them all in a single ground-shattering blow. His weakness, he must make physical contact to create shockwaves, vulnerable to ranged opponents if they keep distance. How he joins the group. When the team enters an abandoned church for shelter, they find Rikuya already there, standing over the defeated body of a stand assassin, initially mistaking the group for enemies. He attacks, but after an intense duel with the protagonist, he agrees to join upon learning their missions align with his vow to hunt the Herald of Darkness, the same enemy Koru seeks revenge on. I love Spider's silly friends. Renji, Spider, Hoshinaga. He's 21 years old and his stand is called Widow's Lullaby. He's Japanese and American. His occupation is an underground cage fighter slash info broker slash stand user. So, anyway.
I'm like the Shadow Broker.
Yeah.
Only the cool people will know that reference.
He is tall, lean, but toned, a predator's build rather than a brawler's, bulk messy black hair with streaks of white at the tips. He's always tied in a loose ponytail, multiple small scars along his knuckles and arms from knife fights. He wears a black leather jacket with spiderweb patterns because spider! Yappy! Slightly stitched subtly into the shoulders. Dark jeans and steel-toed boots. Has a single silver hoop earring and a pair of fingerless gloves with reinforced knuckles. Always seen chewing gum, even mid-fight.
Look, okay, I have a chewing issue.
Yappy!
I
He's
have
just
a
like a
chewing
guy. Um,
issue.
personality, he is. Oh, oh, I clicked the button. Anyway, um, he's cocky, cunning, and a little unhinged. Loves getting under the opponent's skin. And a little unhinged, he loves getting under opponent's skin before actually hurting them. He will trash talk enemies while simultaneously dissecting their fighting skill in his head. He's fiercely protective of allies, but expresses it through teasing or mid-bullying, willing to use dirty tricks if it means survival. He thinks honor is for people who want to lose. His stand, Widow's Lullaby, inspired by Black Widow spiders and the deadly quiet before a strike. Um, his appearance is a. Did I just like. So I also gave his stand an appearance because I thought that was cool. His
I
stand
remember this part.
stand appearance. I should have put that there. A lithe feminine humanoid with elongated limbs and a jet black armor plating resembling an exoskeleton. A crimson hourglass symbol glows on his chest, and eight thin razor-like appendages extend from its back like spider legs, each ending in barbed tips. Its face is featureless except for two glowing red eyes. Stand ability is called Silk Engrave. Why did I not? We don't really know
Grave.
anything for Silk Engrave other than it's called Silk Engrave. Um, his core
I
power is
know
to
what it
produce
does.
ultra dense razor sharp threads of black silk that are invisible in low light. These threads can bind enemies, slice through metal, or create tripwires. He has a special trick up his sleeve. The silk is laced with a neurotoxin that, on contact with skin, causes muscle numbness in seconds. Mobility can attach threads to buildings or objects to swing, reposition, or pull opponents into range. He's literally just Spider-Man, but if Spider-Man had neurotoxins. His signature move is called Final Weave, which creates a web dome around the target, tightening the strands inward like a constricting cage until the enemy is cut into ribbons or immobilized for capture. His weakness, producing silk rapidly drains stamina. Excessive use can leave Spider dizzy or weak. Neurotoxin takes several seconds to fully paralyze, giving opponents a short window to fight back. Silk is vulnerable to extreme heat, which makes it brittle and easy to break. How he joins the group. The crew seeks out an underground stand tournament to recruit allies. They find Spider mid-match, calmly standing while his opponent thrashes in an unseen web. He finishes this fight by collapsing the strands in a one swift motion, walking away without looking
No.
back. When confronted, he laughs and says, "You're either here to fight me or pay me. Which is it?" After testing the group in combat, he joins them out of curiosity because their mission promises the kind of chaos that keeps life interesting. Two
And
more
that is why I
characters.
love my character.
And that is why Spider's character is literally the peakest one out of all of them. Mainly because I really, really freaking
Not
like
the peakest,
spiders.
but I really like my backstory.
And
So
I
it's
just
peak to me.
really, really low key really like spiders. And I thought that giving spider webs on clothes is really freaking coolio. Haruto Wolfie
Also, it's
Minazuki.
more accurate.
Very lore accurate. 20 years old. He's Japanese. He's a university dropout and a
Appearances.
part-time bookstore clerk. Um, this is based off of my buddy Wolfie. We love her. Go subscribe to
Oh.
her. Now.
Yeah, if you didn't know, guys, you need to hit that like and follow
If you
button.
haven't subscribed
So then
now.
we can, so that then this little child can pay the bills.
If you haven't hit that
Please.
subscribe button and that like button, you I can't.
It's kitty!
How do people promote their YouTube channels?
Kitty!
It's like the 2016 FGTV. Go hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell. bell for more future uploads, so
Hit
that way
whenever.
I,
Abuse it. Abuse it.
so that way I can have
It
more
has.
motivation to post for you guys, because I have like 46 subscribers and I don't post ever. And every time I try to
Okay,
do
enough with talking about subscribe. Get on with the damn stuff!
anyway, uh, Wolfie's appearance, he's slim and
I
slightly
didn't mean for
hunched
that to be mean.
posture
Sorry.
from no, but like I really need to not promote my channel. I keep trying to do that and I never get the chance to. And it's kind of low-key awkward. Anyway, slim and slightly hunched posture
Hey,
from
story 4.
habitually keeping his head down. Medium length dark brown hair that falls in front of his eyes, often obscuring his gaze. Wears oversized hoodies, dark jeans, and worn sneakers. Sometimes his earbuds in, even when not playing music. He carries a small sketchbook he constantly scribbles in, full of stand diagrams and notes. His voice is quiet but calm. Typical e-boy anime boy. That's literally it.
Typical gay boy. Typical gay
Um,
boy. Gay boy. Gay boy.
um,
Gay boy.
We should just move on with his stand. It's called Moonfang Veil. The name ties into wolf
Is
imagery
there books? Or
also
hold on, I gotta look that up.
sounding mystical and subtle. Its appearance is a lithe wolf-like humanoid stand with sleek silver fur-like plating and glowing pale blue markings along its arms and chest. Its eyes shine bright while faint with and what? Its eyes shine bright white, and a faint ethereal mist flows from its claws and mouth when active. Its stand ability is called Phantom Hunt, and its core power creates ghostly afterimages of itself within a short radius, 8 meters, which can confuse enemies and conceal the real stand's movements. The afterimages can briefly interact with physical objects, creating false attacks or blockings before fading. It has a tracking sense, which can mark an enemy by brushing them with its claws, letting Wolfie sense their exact location and hear faint echoes of their movements for the next minute, even though wolves are or in total darkness. Special move, Lunar creates multiple overlapping.
Mirage.
It's Lunar Mirage creates multiple overlapping image after
Nicki
images.
Minaj.
What? While vanishing from
I'm sorry.
sight
Please
for
keep
a
going.
brief burst, allowing for a devastating surprise strike or perfect escape. Power level, comparable to Magician's Red, strong offense within close mid-range, excellent for tactical fights, but limited raw durability, can sustain after images indefinitely, overuse strains Wolfie's mind and slows the stand's reaction time. Physical power is strong but not absurd. The real strength lies in trickery and precision. How he joins the group, team encounters Wolfie in an abandoned rail station where he's been secretly following them out of curiosity. When they're attacked by an enemy stand user with the long read precision, Wolfie quietly marks the target and guides the team through the dark, picking apart the enemy's ambush with surgical strikes from Moonfang Vale. Despite his help, he tries to slip away afterward, only to be concerned and reluctantly convinced to join. I had to pause to catch my breath. Kazuma
I'm
Nocturne.
actually paused.
What? What? Okay, anyway. Kazuma Nocturne. He's
Yeah,
our
keep going. Keep
villain.
going. Sorry.
He is 29, going on 30. He is
Yeah.
Japanese, born in Osaka, disappeared overseas for years before returning. Occupation unknown, rumored to be the leader of a secret stand syndicate. Literally a cult. He has a lean but muscular build,
Literally.
literally around 6 feet too tall.
Literally.
He's so tall. Like, yeah, I'm
He's as
scared
tall
of
as
those
me.
people. Yeah. What? He has long black hair with streaks of crimson, slicked back except for a few strands hanging over his face. Think of Diavolo, but if Diavolo didn't have the pink. He always wears a crimson
Ooh.
trench coat lined with dark fur and black gloves, gold tooth that flashes when he smiles. What?
He doesn't know this, but I have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure before, so I have no idea what he's
Oh
talking about.
yeah. Spider hasn't actually seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure yet.
All I've gotten was from Pico's yapping sessions about characters in JJBA. Other than that, I know nothing.
Okay, we'll go. Okay, so
Other than
all you gotta
character
know
lore.
is that Kazuma is like Diavolo, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, so to go over the JoJo's lore, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is basically one long, ridiculous family soap opera where every generation of the Joestar bloodline finds increasingly weird dudes with increasingly weird powers. Part 1, Phantom Blood, starts in the 1880s with Jonathan Joestar, the definition of a Victorian golden retriever, whose adopted brother Dio, Brando, is the most evil man alive. He puts on a cursed stone mask, turns into a vampire, and Jonathan has to learn Sunlight Kung Fu, Hamon, to stop him. Jonathan dies, but Dio survives by stealing his body. Part 2, Battle Tendency, follows Jonathan's grandson Joseph Joestar, a smart-mouthed trickster who uses Hamon while fighting ancient Aztec bodybuilder gods called the Pillarmen, who invited the mask in the first place. He wins mostly by cheating and climbing up people. Rest in pieces, Caesar. Oh my god, my Shayla. Why am I being called?
All the wild.
Mia started calling me. That was not cool. Say hi to Spider, guys. It's this little thing. Anyway. Chapter 3, Stardust Crusaders, jumps into the 1980s. Dio crawls back, now rocking Jonathan's body, and the Joestars awaken Stans, psychic ghost punch powers that can do anything from stop time to shoot bullets to play tag with you. That's literally what Sunless Requiem is based off of. Joseph's grandson Jotaro Kujo leads a squad across the world to kill Dio before Stan the World takes over everything. They succeed, but a lot of people die. Kalkuin, Abdal, Iggy. Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable, is in the 1990s in Japan, starring Josuke Higashikata, Joseph's illegitimate son, don't ask, who fights Stan using, it's a very, very long story by the way, who fights Stan using criminals in a small town.
I heard he like most of the way through, right?
Yeah. The biggest threat being Yoshei Kagekira, a
Yeah.
serial killer whose stand explodes anything he touches. Josuke and his squad beat him in the
Oh,
most
Killer
anime way
Queen.
possible by sheer friendship and insanity. Finally, Part 5. I haven't put Part 6 there yet because I'm a loser. Golden Wind is in Italy, where Dio's secret son, Giorno Giovanna, yeah, just the Joestar bloodline is really messy, decides he wants to become a gangstar and reform the mafia from the inside. With his stand that gives life to objects, he climbs the rank of Passione, fights his way to the top, defeats the boss who can erase time itself, Diavolo, and basically becomes a new mafia kingpin. In short, it's 100 years of family drama, vampire, sunlight kung fu, psychic ghost battles, exploding hands, and Italian gangstars, all tied together by a star-shaped birthmark. Now, back to Sunless Requiem.
What? Oh, yeah.
Now, Episode 2, The Strings of Judgment. The storm had broken by the time Karu stumbled into an abandoned church. The once grand building stood like a corpse of faith windows, shattered pews split, and dust choking the air. Karu's shoulders sagged with exhaustion, guilt still dripping like blood he couldn't scrub away. But he wasn't alone. Somehow, plot armor? The sound hit the first snap, like a rope pulled taut, followed by a low groan. Karu's froze, heart thrumming. In the middle of the sanctuary, a figure stood over a crumpled man, another assassin, his body twitching as if invisible wires crushed him. The boy standing above him was young, sharp-eyed, his posture loose yet predatory. Thin threads of silver light shimmered from his fingertips, snaring the fallen assassin like a puppet. With a flick, the strings tightened, and the man went limp, dead. Koto's breath caught. The boy turned. His gaze was razor sharp. Eyes that cut like they already knew Koto's sins. Another one? He muttered. His stance shifted, and the threads lashed out like whips. Koto barely had time to summon not Sunless Requiem, Neon Rapture, before the wires clasped against the stand's form, sparking with invisible force. The duel erupted instantly. Requia's threads sliced through wood, stone, anything in reach, trying to bind Koto.
Wait, so
Huh?
I'm really sorry to interrupt. Is this who I think it is?
Who do you think it is?
I'm hearing a lot of threads, invisible.
Okay,
I'm thinking,
so with with Iron Psalm, it's like, how do I don't know how to explain this. Um, it's not similar to Renji's stand, but it's in a way that's similar to Renji. How? It's 12 o'clock at night. I don't know how to explain this to you. Um,
Take your time. It's not like this part's gonna be in the video. Right.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but we're at the 25-minute mark, and I'm still yapping, and it's still going.
41 chapter book. Of course, it's gonna be like more than 30 minutes. Especially since you just got me through like some of the fucking lore and even that song.
I don't know how to explain it.
I don't know why people don't talk over me. Just talk. I don't know why people don't just talk over me. I mutter a lot. Mutter, mutter,
Anyway,
mutter, mutter, mutter. Mutter better.
Koru moved defensively, countering with. I literally have no idea how to explain this to you.
I'm just hearing you out. You don't gotta explain it. I think I understand.
We'll figure it out. Koru moved defensively. So what I'm gonna say is, Iron Psalm is very similar to Renji's stand because they say it's invisible, but it's so fast that it seems invisible. When Renji's stand is literally a thin line that's like invisible, but Iron Psalm moves at a really, really fast pace.
They're really, really fast.
Yeah. That's what yeah. There we go. Um, Rikuya's threads,
It's a damn. Oh my god.
slice through wood, stone, anything in reach, trying to bind Koru. Koru moved defensively, countering with crushing strikes from his stand. Breaking the pews into splinters, sparks of stand energy lit the dark church like lightning, each clash echoing like thunder in the ruined holy hall. Rikui's voice cut through the chaos. Who sent you? Another hound of the herald? Koru gritted his teeth, struggling against the binding threads. I'm no assassin! But Rikuya pressed harder, his strings tightening like a noose around. Why did?
A noose.
Like a noose around Neon Raptor's arm. Liar. I've been tracking his dogs for weeks. You bleed like them. Move like them. Koru's heart racing shouted through the storm of strikes. I want him dead too! The Herald of Darkness, I'm hunting him! The words froze, Rikuya mid-attack. His threads trembled, loosening. His sharp eyes narrowed, studying Koru with the intensity of someone weighing truth against his lies. After a tense moment, the wires withdrew, curling back into his hands like tame serpents. Silence filled the church again. You're not one of his, Rikuya finally said, voice low. Then maybe you're something worse. Or maybe. He smirked faintly, though it didn't reach his eyes. Maybe you're useful. Koru panted, bruised but broken, his stand fading back into shadow. Who are you? Rikuya. He said simply, I've sworn to cut down every servant of the Herald until I reach him myself. If that's your road too, then maybe we will walk together, until one of us falls. The two stood in the ruined church, the corpse of the assassin cooling between them, Koru carrying the weight of his unwanting kill, and Rikuya wielding threads that danced like judgment itself. Enemies at first strike, bound by a shared vendetta, the hunt had truly begun. So, yeah. Chapter 3 is
Yeah.
just, we get our introduction to Pro's character. Um, I'm pretty sure that we're to meet, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed to meet you in chapter 4, and chapter 3 is like a page long. So,
Damn.
yeah.
That was a page.
I mean, chapter 3 is a page long. Chapter 2 is 3.25 pages long. Anyway, chapter 3. Rumors in the dust.
Let's go chapter 3.
The church was long behind them. Koru and Rikuya walked side by side down a cracked, weed-choked street. The silence between them thick as smoke. Neither of them spoke at first. Smoke? Koru's mind replayed the fight in the
Smoke.
church. Every moment,
Schmuck.
Rukuya's threads nearly slit his throat. Beside him, Rukuya moved with unsettling calm, as if the duel hadn't winded him. Finally, Koru broke the silence. You didn't hesitate. Killing that assassin? Rukuya didn't glance over. Hesitation gets you killed. His voice was flat, matter of fact. Besides, they choose their side. Anyone working for the Herald forfeited their life. Koru frowned, but said nothing. He couldn't argue when blood already stained his own hands. They walked on, rusted signs creaked in the wind, the ruins of the cold city watching them, hollow eyes. Eventually, Rikuya spoke again. There's an underground ring nearby. Fighters. Stand users. Most of them are mercenaries or thrill seekers, but the word is, he paused, looking ahead, the Herald's men recruit there. Test the strong, soul the weak. Koru's eyes narrowed, so if we want leads, that's where we'll find them. For a moment, the two stopped at the broken crossroad, wind tugging at their clothes. The unspoken truth hung heavy. Entering a den of stand fighters meant stepping into chaos head-on, but neither flinched. Koto adjusted his collar, jaw set. Rokuya's strings flicked faintly between his fingers. Almost eager, without another word, they turned toward the direction of the underground fights where destiny, blood, and the next alley awaited. I loved writing episode 4.
Ooh.
Okay. I need to take.
Yay!
I don't know what you're talking about. I just wanted to take a sip of my drink. Episode 4, The Spider's Web. Just think about that for a second. Guess what we're
No.
meeting. Just guess what. Just take a little guess.
Oh,
Just
I'm
take a little guess.
excited.
Okay. The underground ranks reeked of sweat, rust, and iron. A crowd pressed shoulder to shoulder, screaming as stand users tore each other apart for coin and glory. Koto and Rikuya kept low in the crowd, eyes scanning for anyone tied to the Herald. But before either can focus, and now the main event! The announcer's voice thundered across the arena. The undefeated rookie, the mad dog of the pit! Give it up for Spider! The crowd roared as a tall, sharp-eyed young man strode into the circle, his hands flexed with jittery energy. A grin stretched across his face like he'd been waiting his whole life. For a moment, his opponent lunged first, a hulking fighter with a stand of jagged stone fists. But Spider didn't flinch. His stand, a blurred, wiry figure that almost moved too fast to follow, shot forward. Threads of energy lashed out like fangs, snapping the opponent's stand apart before anyone could blink. The fighter himself hit the ground seconds later, twitching. The crowd went feral. Spider cracked his knuckles, smirking. That's all you've got? Pathetic. Koru stiffened. Imagine Gojo's voice. Young, tiny
Oh
little
my
senior
fucking god.
Gojo's voice, but on your character.
Hold on, I gotta look up a voice clip of that because I
Yep.
need to know
Yep.
now.
Are you crying? Kinda that. Yep. Just.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Just imagine little senior Gojo going, "Are you crying?" Like it's that's how he sounds. Yep. It's peak, I swear.
Oh my god.
Is that all you've got? Pathetic. Koru stiffened. He's no ordinary brawler. Rakuya's strings shivered at his side. No, he's dangerous. Dangerous! No.
Dangerous.
Why did he say it like that? No, he's
He's dangerous.
dangerous. Before
He's
Koru could
Australian.
reply,
I'm calling it now.
Spider's gaze locked directly on them through the crowd. His grin widened. You two, you're not here just to watch, are you? The crowd gasped as Spider leapt clean out of the pit, landing in front of Koru and Rikuya, like with predator-like grace. Why
Shut
did I
up, bitch.
why
Crying.
is he so slay?
Because you made him so slay.
He's so I can't say that word. I was gonna say really, really like I can't say that word. His stand loomed behind him, twitching with hunger. Let's see what you're made of. The crowd chanted his name, stomping the floor, eager for blood. What? I don't remember writing this at all. Um,
Shine in the mirror, not to say.
Koru
Sorry.
exchanged a glance with Rikuya. The fight wasn't optional anymore, and so began their chaotic clash with Spider, where fists, threads, and webs would decide if he was an enemy or their next ally. Episode 5, Fangs in the Pit, Fangs in the Pit. And then we put Boop. The underground coliseum
They don't
reeked of
take
sweat and blood.
sleep.
What? The crowd screamed for violence, coins, and bills. Changing hands in the shadows, Koda and Requiem had been drawn here by rumors of a stand using tearing through challenges of someone who might know about the Herald of Darkness. In the center of the put, did I just... No, I don't remember what I wrote. Challenges of someone who might know about the Herald of Darkness. In the center of the pit stood Spider, a wiry, sharp-eyed fighter with scars across the knuckles, grinning through the chaos. His stand. That is not his stand. I have literally no idea what I was on.
You were probably tired. Let's just be honest here.
I think I distinctly remember writing this at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that would definitely make sense of why there would be a couple
I'm gonna highlight
errors.
this, and we're probably gonna make a part 2. My throat burns. Yeah, highlighted in orange right there. Okay. Part 2 coming
Not
soon.